I need a motion, okay to make a motion to approve the agenda as outlined.
So moved.
Any second?
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and we'll take a few minutes of public forum. Melanie, do you have anybody signed up for public forum? Okay, we will then close the public forum.
Got the scouts here though, this is a good civic,
Absolutely.
interest here, so that's good to see.
Yeah, you're always welcome to these exciting meetings that we have here, although tonight might not be quite the most exciting of all meetings. All right, first matter of business, release surplus water for Horizon View Farms Plat B. Again, as we discussed, they recalculated the amount of water required. They went from 74 townhomes to 36 single lots. That freed up 8.31 acre feet. The recommendation is to allocate 8.31 acre feet from Horizon View Farms, Plat A and B, under the water right, as said, become at large for use within the city by Salisbury. Any questions or discussion?
No, that, everybody was,
Kind of already had the discussion.
everybody was pleased that they, went to single-family dwellings rather than the townhomes.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
nice. So do I have a motion?
I move that we reallocate 8.31 acre feet, to the Horizon.
From the
Release.
From the Horizon View Farms Plat A and B, for use by Salisbury on future development.
We need to release it.
Release it.
To
Oh,
We need to
release.
release it, not reallocate, because we don't know where they're gonna.
Yeah.
You want to try that again?
Round two.
I move that
Just read the
we,
recommendation.
move that we release the 8.31 acre feet of water from the Horizon View Farms Plat A and B, to be used by Salisbury in future development.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion passes. All right, we have one individual that we need to reappoint to the planning commission. We've released two, Colin Vogue and Lisa Phillips, and contacted David Clark, and he requested that we reappoint him to a new term. And that's the only one that we have right now. I'm in contact with, trying to get in contact with Brian to further that discussion. But for now, we just need to reappoint David Clark to Planning Commission.
I'll make a motion, we appoint David Clark as a regular planning commission member.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Everybody okay if we just skip over the warranty deed until we get Dean in place here? All right, we have a proposed code change to 8.1.15, which basically is to remove the code based on our prior discussion when we were discussing the fees. And this is to deal with the watering times. We have a fee structure for it.
So you're not getting in trouble when you could.
So this is a big day, boys. You don't see this happen every day where we're actually taking code off the books.
Good point.
This is
We're
kind of,
removing
this is a
that.
big deal. Yeah.
Good call. Good
We're
call.
taking, I mean, this is, I think it's the first time I can remember in my entire time.
Well, it came down to the fact that if we're not going to enforce the code, and we have no intention to do that, why do we have it on the books?
And I thought we've got time of day watering requirements, and I thought if people want their kids to go play in the sprinklers or go slip and slide, they could be fine, because they can't do it in the middle of the day. So,
It was a little more complex than that, because we had to turn it on by resolution, basically. The council had to vote by resolution to enact it.
to enforce it.
But I don't think we need ordinance to say we can create a resolution to do something like that anyway. But even then, we'll address it if the time comes, which we hope not to. Hopefully our residents are responsible water users, that's all I can say. even when you run through the sprinklers. All right, so we have to do this individual vote, but I need a motion that we amend the code to be nothing.
I know, to the strike.
Strike
So-
section
Section 15.
dash
Oh, yeah,
one
just
dash
strike.
15.
Yeah.
Okay, so make the motion.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we strike code section 8-1-15 from our Elk Ridge City Code.
I'll second that.
All right, let's take a roll call.
Aye.
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 All right. So the motion passes unanimously.
Are we gonna be done in like 15 minutes?
We're gonna cruise through this one. Okay, maybe. Parkview Corner preliminary and final approval. We discussed this 2 weeks ago.
But the road was the big issue.
Well, the road was an issue, but they had to go back to the planning commission, I believe, to get both the final and the preliminary at the same time, right? So they went back to the planning commission, I gave the affirmative approval on that, recommendation, just to go ahead and do that. And then as I looked at it, and maybe those that are part of the planning commission can help out here a little bit, but the one question that I had when they submitted this that was concerning me is the corner of Elk Ridge and Park, where, if you'll notice on this, the road, the existing road comes up, but the new road, if you will, or the new edge of the property cuts significantly into the
Existing road.
existing pavement,
Yeah.
right? So I asked Dean, I said, Dean, will you please make an annotation or something that says that you will ensure that we have a full width road, right?
Yeah.
Along Elk Ridge Drive. And Park's not so much of a problem, but he does cut off a little bit of Park too. But it looks like Park stays basically the same width as it already is on that side. But the problem is Elk Ridge Drive gets cut off.
I thought our code required them to put in a full width road. And it's not being developed on the other side, so should we
Yeah.
have to put in,
Is this got a
progress
full
of
width
pavement
road?
and do it?
Do you know if there's, I couldn't tell
Well,
whether
that's
the,
not a full width road if
That's
you're
a-
cutting into it. I mean, the manhole's clear over here.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be
I mean, are they paving clear out to here?
This
Well,
hasn't,
that's what our code says.
this
as I
hasn't
understand it.
changed any from
last
Right.
last time that I can see.
Because
I didn't see any
When
additional.
he
So
did the
explain
work
that
on
to me.
Push Nest, he had to do both sides.
Well, because when he was here last time, they said, we will take care of our side of the road of Elk Ridge Drive. And my whole issue was, well, Elk Ridge Drive is already paved, you're gonna cut halfway into it to build on the
Yeah.
property, and then we have only half of an Elk Ridge Drive. But the other side of the road is not technically their road, because they're not developing on the other side. But in order to approve this, I'm not willing to approve it unless they develop the other side of the road, so we have a full width road there.
Well, and see, actually, above that, that is what happened. All of those that are on the north side of the road, he had to put in the curb and gutter down to the end of that development. You know, that's where that sump is. He put in the curb and gutter and extended that road because that other, the field was not being developed or even considered for development. So that developer did put in the full width
Right,
of the
but
road.
we've got
Yeah.
the one right behind us here that isn't doing it on the other side of Elk Ridge Drive.
Yeah, right now, he's not, he's gonna do it.
No, I mean, it's not even on the plat.
No,
I
Yeah,
mean, it's not,
he's not gonna put the full width road in.
well, that's right, yeah.
Whoever develops the other side would have to put his side in, right?
Which is Dean as well.
What's that?
It's Dean.
It's deep.
Dean will need to.
But we cannot wait
Until that
till
all of a
that
sudden
gets developed to have a full width Elk Ridge Drive, or at least a road as wide as we have now.
Yeah.
Nope, there'll be stop signs
I don't
on
know if
both
the planning
sides with
commission
somebody
had
with a
any,
flag, go, stop.
If you had any discussion on this on your last,
Not so much on the
Meeting or not.
road, we talked about the trail going down the west side, which would eventually be set there. our concern more was drainage and stuff, the engineering studies done before that apparently resolved all the drainage issues. The street stuff, the only thing we heard on that, Dean wasn't at that meeting either. All we heard is that that intersection be squared up, but again, it's not really obvious on that drawing.
And didn't Shay also kind of chime in as well that it would meet code requirements, and so, you know, we had two issues before, one was the drainage, I thought one was the road as well.
Yeah,
And we were informed, I think by Shay, that those issues had been addressed and taken care of. And based on that, I think that's why we passed it. I don't know the details as to how it's going to be taken care of.
But,
Was there any, is this all we got? There's no other amendments or addendums to this or anything like that that was provided
I don't think there's anything else.
to discuss it?
Is this a big pressing thing, or can we wait?
Well-
until-
He's been here, what, twice in front of us and a couple of times in front of the planning commission and the cycles kind of haven't been in favor for him,
And I
right?
feel bad, but we did talk about the street thing.
we did, last time you were
And
here,
it
we
seemed
said.
like he indicated that, you know, we'll take care of that, but there's no specifics of how.
You
we're
want me to
gonna
feel
take
bad
care
for him because he's on vacation, but I'm not.
Well, but the thing is, if it's not in here,
of it. Yeah,
I won't approve it without it being in here.
I agree, I think all of us,
We owe that to the
Agree with the table.
residents.
Oh, yeah,
not-
no,
yeah.
unless we can do it contingent upon that,
You can do that.
contingent upon having
Contingent upon that being taken care
a
of.
guarantee that,
And
That
that's
plat's amended or something.
actually what Nelson is saying is right, you know, that they have to, before, you know, some of these old roads that
Where
went
you
in,
go, you
didn't have to develop on.
That's why there's only half a road.
But that is the code, that they have
Oh, it is
to
now.
develop both sides of the roads if it's not developed, if they're built. if
That's
they're
current code,
Current code.
yeah.
And so,
what's this, tell me what this line is right here.
That's where the easement.
That's just an easement, right?
Well, that's really,
Wait
as
a
I understand,
minute.
that's where the road
Get
should
it
be.
carved and fit two, get two
Yeah, no,
cans.
you're gonna, he's gonna be clear down to this, right?
It's gonna be like yield to the,
We're putting in a low budget chicane.
let's see, and what
It's
what
just
occurred,
sewage traffic.
what occurred on, the church has the sidewalk in front of the church there. The house beside it doesn't. Is this going to have sidewalk? You know, Jim, on that?
I don't recall on that.
You know, what?
We did.
that faces that road, I think, that's where a lot of walking traffic goes, down to the church.
Well, we're not gonna, you know, I'm not comfortable, you know, going back now and saying anything about sidewalk, right? It is what it is,
Yeah.
we've approved it,
he
Well,
says there's a sidewalk.
right?
But you indicated, you talked about the trail on the west side, right?
It's on the west side?
Yes. So like, if you go down Elkridge Drive now, when you get in front of the homes that are there, it's striped with a trail on the side that goes from there all the way down around past the city property, clear down the Public Works Building. It is striped specifically as a trail. And I think that's probably what they were talking about. Did Jared Peterson look at the intersection layout on this?
Not,
Did you?
well, he was more into the drainage stuff.
Okay, so he was more concerned with that. I just wondered because I'd had a little bit of a conversation with him about that, about the intersection, making sure that it was wide enough for.
Okay, so,
So I'll make a
Thanks.
motion that we table the Parkside Corner preliminary approval until we can get more information on the road issue.
okay, there's been a motion made, do I have a second?
I second.
Let Nelson think for a minute.
Well, no, I'm not thinking, because right now it's in front of us.
No, I can see the
Preliminary-
wheels turning.
Yes, it's preliminary and final. We can still grant him preliminary and he can go and clean it up and come back and get the final, right, Royce?
No, I think lots less than
Say
six.
one.
1 to 4 lots at the same time.
That's it.
So that's what I'm saying.
You can approve it with the,
Or we would
But
approve
we
it.
have-
Okay, we have a motion,
Okay.
and we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Motion,
I didn't know.
motion does not pass.
So can I make a motion
Sure.
and do my
It
best
might
to
not
try and
pass,
communicate?
too.
Yeah, well, and I'm prepared for that. Okay, so I'll make a motion that we grant preliminary and final approval for Parkview, 1 Corner, 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 1 Corner width being at least what it is now after he's done.
That's just the intersection, it doesn't
Full width.
address
No, but
the
if
whole
the
road
full-
of
it's
Elbridge
gonna-
Drive.
It needs to be the full width.
That's
So that's close.
That's Elbridge Drive,
Hold on, he's gonna
that's
make
the
another
intersection
motion with
only.
Jim.
It's gotta be the
Hang
whole.
on, I'm gonna get a codicil from Jim here and we'll,
We also talked about a turn lane on Elk Ridge, turning onto Park Drive. So that road has to be widened to add that turn lane there
That'd be
too.
significantly wider than.
well, then I rescind my motion and we'll just let it die. Unless one of you wants to do it, because that's a very valid point.
I,
Because I've almost hit people now that I don't have to stop there, I can just keep going and take the other route. Because people stop and there really isn't a place to go around it. It should be striped and we really do need it,
I'm happy if the council lets us die.
so.
well, we
But-
can't add all that in, that's too much, we need to have him. I
Alright,
agree, we should have tabled
So,
it.
so we give this
Brittany?
direction and you know what we're looking for. Okay.
a cheaper road.
Do we send it to the planning commission to have it dealt with at that level?
No, it's-
Well, it has to go back to the developer and then,
Yeah.
yeah, with these concerns and
Cause I don't wanna put another month into this process, right?
It will be though.
it will have to go back, yeah.
To the planning commission and then we'll get guidance from them and,
Well, when your houses get egged, it was Dean Ingram.
Can I give you-
okay, so. Did I make it? No other motions to be made, is that correct?
Failed the first time, we'll just move on.
Don't try to get, don't.
Fine with that.
It's the same effect, so, you know.
Okay, we have two things to put into, let's see, hold on, let me catch up here. Entrance into durability.
I wanna
We have
see.
the first one, Harrison Heights, phase 6. You can see that one? Let's see.
Mine's hard to read, but I can see it.
Wow, that's awesome.
I don't know why it's printed like that. Nothing, I hit print.
Looks pretty standard to me. Basically, you know, this one came from Craig. So we just need a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we allow Harrison Heights Phase 6 to enter into the final acceptance and durability period effective January 24th, 2017.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Parkside Cove. This means we actually we'll now have a legitimately plowing Parkside Cove.
Yes.
It's now,
So I don't even know if this is even a discussion point related to this, but are they really done? I mean, they've still got all the conduits sticking up, like they haven't even put the,
They're just doing 2
Utilities
phases
done.
right now.
2 phases, yes.
2 out of 4.
no, but I mean, all of the conduit and everything for all the electrical and all that, it's
I
just
think
like,
it's all stubbed to the property, right?
Yeah.
okay.
So this
I
is just the public, our piece of it.
Our piece, okay. I just wanted to make sure we were missing something there.
yeah, you have to plow it, huh?
Well, we have been.
No, I
Nobody wants to do another cul-de-sac.
Hey, I'm liking that road, because they can get it all the way down, and it's just,
Okay, do I have a motion?
okay, I'll make a motion that we grant final acceptance and durability for Parkside Cove plats 1 and 2, effective today, January 24th, 2017.
Oh, second?
You meant phases 1 and 2?
Doesn't matter if it's a plow.
Well, it says plats 1 and 2 on here, that's, I was just reading it from the letter.
What's in Rocky Mountains?
Do I need a second?
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who seconded that?
Who wants to take
Paul or
credit?
Dell?
Then I approve.
Yeah.
It was a tie.
All right, city council meeting minutes, dated December 13th, 2016. Any corrections that you've been able to identify?
Does it have an inherent feel sleep in it? And I need to. Just look on there. And then that's why I read.
Any corrections? If not,
I'm looking to see if I can highlight anything else.
when you're ready, we're ready for a motion. This was a busy night,
Water conservation.
It was a busy night.
Okay, seeing as how I'm not hearing anything, I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve the minutes for December 13th, 2016.
Have a second?
I second
All in favor?
it. Aye.
Any opposed? Great, motion carried. We are officially done. Do I have a motion?
Wait just a second.
Okay, Bill,
Wait,
let's
just kidding.
get a motion yet.
Couple of things, at the planning commission, we have that assignment, I did, doing this one. But one thing that Shay was discussing there, and that they brought up, they've got a proposal, an agenda, and that'll be coming to the council for, we've got to do a complete review of the general plan. And they set up a proposed schedule for that. And actually, they were discussing whether you could do more than one chapter at a time on some of those. About, from first week in February and going to, was it September? Let's see, final in September, October. But they'll be coming up with a plan, and that'll be each of us as city councilmen will need to review that chapter, and they're going to be reviewing that chapter. They're also,
You did a survey
Yes,
to help compile data for that,
yes.
right? And
They want the raw data on that, I'll get it to them.
the other thing that, I did go down to the open house, on the dispatch center, and that is 100% nicer than, their old one was in a building with no windows. It was kinda like a cave in there. This one they were deciding whether to build onto that or to just build a new building. And they decided to build a new building. It did turn out very nice. Probably, and then I received an email today, there's discussions, I guess on the state level, they may be coming down with a requirement that they have either dispatch centers, see Springville, Provo, Orem, and I think Lehigh have their own dispatch center right now, and then this one is the rest of us in Utah County. But there was a recommendation being developed by Springville City, to address that. Their recommendation was that you maintain individual dispatch centers, but they're wanting them all to be able to dispatch. If it comes into one center, they can dispatch it from there rather than what the gal is over this dispatch center indicated is that we can tie into, we could go into their radio system and dispatch, but they aren't doing that at this time. But what the state is looking at is having one consolidated. But if they did that, I'm sure that this would be one of the facilities that they would maintain. They had a great, in the front section, they've got the training room, everything, they have the map of the county and, from one of the mountains south, that they have every incident that, has been reported is set up there. One of their problems before that she was wanting is that they work 3 12-hour shifts and then a 6-hour shift. She said, when you are, they don't take a lunch break or anything, they eat their lunch at their table. What they incorporated here was a break room. One was where you go in and have quiet. Another one was a little exercise room, and they had a couple of cool things where they had a little treadmill that was up by the dispatch table, one of the units. You could have it walking slowly while you're
right there
still,
working.
you're right there working. This is a top of the line dispatch center.
Royce?
I want to go back to what Dale said on the general plan. We're also going to involve the council that a couple of weeks before that chapter is discussed in planning commission, that you guys read it, and then at a certain time that you email back feedback, changes, concerns. And that way they kind of get a direction of how you feel about it, so we don't get to the end of the year when we need approval and we have to redo this whole thing. We want to work together.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Chris, is there a way that through the process is the document, it's a living document, if you will, or they're gonna go in and make changes, is there a way where they can have it maybe in Google Docs or something, so we can go in and we can see how, I mean, if we say this is what we would like, and they go and they make the changes, is there a way for us to view those changes so that we don't get down to the end of the year to view, right?
That's a good suggestion, yes.
Cause I think
Better
it'd be
look at
good.
that.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to have online shared commenting.
yes.
Well, and that's what they
Right.
wanted, was the
Right.
city council's comments and feed.
But if they do that, and then I can go on when I've got time to look at it, and I can go and type a couple comments or whatever and make it work,
Yeah.
then
We'll look at that.
there's a possibility.
Good
We've got
idea.
the technology, there's no reason why we can't.
Melanie?
So I was just reading the previous memo that Shay provided for Parkview Corner,
Yes.
and it talks about the Elkhurst Drive and printing it. Can I just bring it to you to have you look at it?
Sure.
Just have an official close meeting.
We have,
No, we haven't.
and we made no motion.
Get the baby sticks.
That's true.
This is why
But that was
I
the
need
previous one.
these two city staff folks that really make things happen, right up here beside me. So
We need a bigger room.
So when we get that new city office building, we'll
I'll
have
have room, so
Or
this
we'll
will
get a
be
shower on your chair and you're doing.
much better,
Right.
much better.
I'll see tomorrow.
When I was commenting on last meeting, when they were talking about Air Shelley and stuff there, that is one thing, you're coming into a lot better situation than he came into. Everybody was,
All right, so I'll read this. Elk Ridge alignment.
building.
When Parkside Cove was first submitted to the city for review, the staff looked at the intersection of Elk Ridge Drive and Park Drive and determined that a left turn lane to Park Drive will be needed at a future date. In order to keep the through travel lanes as straight as possible and account for the 10-foot trail that will run up the west side of Elk Ridge Drive, a few additional feet will be required. This has been accounted for, and the design for Parkview Corner as proposed aligns with Parkside Cove on the other side, Parkside Corner as proposed, aligns with Parkside Cove on the other side of the intersection.
But how about the other side
First
of,
Elkridge Drive.
the other side of,
Yeah, I don't think that resolves all our questions.
I just wanted you to be aware.
Yeah, thank you, Melanie. So
Thank
we
you.
had all the information, I appreciate
I don't
that.
So-
think it's not gonna change anything tonight.
No,
Yeah.
but what if they come back and they can,
That,
So what's
Yeah,
your,
yeah,
what-
yeah.
what-
the
what's
Mylar
your
comes in
feedback?
and it's drawn, I mean, would, they get the Mylar drawn up and it shows a turn lane and everything's on there and that's the way it's gonna be recorded with the county.
and the opposite
At that
side,
point,
the
You
south
want it,
side.
you want it on the plat now, though.
Right,
Yeah,
I want it on.
Before you
have
approve
the
it.
plat changed.
I don't wanna go through one of those episodes where we have a change on the final plat after we've made final on it, trying to get it, then.
You could argue about it for.
Okay, I need a motion, if everybody's okay, that we close this meeting.
Make a motion to close our city council meeting of January 24th, 2017.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're done.